Hello, my name is Tuğçe. Today we will be talking about the fuel costs of the airline companies. We have Scandinavian Airlines, Air Lingus, Alaska Airlines, Air Mexico and Crotia Airlines. All of the airlines are chosen before by us, and to give a little outline, first we will have a look at the fuel costs of the airlines, then we will see what are their total costs, and then we have some pie charts in order you to understand better, and then we have some advices to the airline companies to reduce the fuel costs, and then we will see what happens if we reduce the fuel costs only 1 percentage points. Let's get. Okay, firstly, it is the page which shows the total fuel costs of the airline companies. As you see, we have some full service carrier and we have some low cost carrier airlines. As you see, low cost carrier airlines has more fuel costs than the full service carrier ones. Why it can be? Here let me make an assumption. Maybe low cost carrier airlines burned more fuel because they have more operations, more continuing operations than the full service carrier airlines, so they have burned more fuel than the full service carrier one. In the next page we see the total costs of the airline companies. Why we have these variables? Because we will use them later, and here you can see the years. As you can see, we have some years in the parentheses. These years shows which year that we used for the annual reports, and all the data which are fuel costs and the total costs are found by the financial annual reports of the airlines, which is released in the online websites. Okay, let's move on with the pie charts. We have made these charts in order you to see how the fuel costs have a rating in the total costs. As you see, for the Scandinavian airline, fuel cost is the 63% of the total cost. For Aer Lingus, it is approximately 20%. For Air Mexico, it is 22%. For Alaska, it is 23%. And for Crotia Airlines, it is 17% of the total costs. As you can see, the fuel cost is a big burden for the total cost. So every airline should reduce their fuel costs in order to have more money, more profit. So we have some advices to airlines to reduce their fuel costs. Firstly, they can have more on-time operations, because more on-time operation means less turnaround times or less delays, and all the turnarounds and delays burn fuel, so it means less fuel burnt. Another way is using the closest routes for destinations. Nowadays, all of the airlines are using this method because they want to burn less fuel, so they use the closest and the easiest route for going to the destination. And the third way is the buying fuel from countries that have less taxes. Of course, I know there are some countries which does not allow you to buy fuel from another country. There are some regulations for it, depends on the country, but if it is free to buy the fuel wherever you want, you can buy fuel from countries that have less taxes. It can be another advice to reduce the fuel cost. And you may ask why we want to reduce the fuel cost. What is the aim for that? Well, we want to talk about what happens if we reduce the costs, the fuel cost, only 1 percentage points. For the Scandinavian Airlines, the airline company would save 7.5 million US dollars. For Aer Lingus, it would save 3.6 million dollars per year. For Air Mexico, it would save 1.1 million dollars, and for Alaska Airlines, it would save 0.12 million US dollars. Of course, it depends on the company's fuel cost per year, but they would save good money from reducing the fuel cost, and these numbers are only just for 1 percentage points. In the last page we have our references. As you can see, we have some links that you can go and search more about, and if you are interested more. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye bye.